Greetings from Hawaii. I'm just kidding. I wish I was in Hawaii, but I am not. But if I want to be in Hawaii, I can think about it, and I'm there. So, welcome to the channel, and thanks for joining us, and welcome back if you've been here before. We've been talking about comparing ourselves to others, and one of the videos we discussed a mantra you can do to say to yourself when the comparing kicks in. The other video we talked about why we compare ourselves and things we can do to help improve it. Today we're going to talk about the same sort of topic but on a little bit different twist to it. So let's get right into it. So comparing ourselves to others and what they have that we don't have, and I'm talking about more of the physical objects and possessions and external objects, this candle. So when you see something that somebody has physically as a possession, car, house, cool shoes, some cool fake pink flowers, that you really want, maybe some jewelry or maybe an animal like a pet or whatever. So they have these things and you're comparing yourself like, oh, I want that. Why can't I have that? Or maybe I should get that, or yeah, my life will be better if I had that. And look, they seem happy, so I feel like I should go get that stuff so I can be happy. So a little story about me with this. A few years ago, I used to purchase clothing a lot, not extensively, but I would see something that somebody's wearing and say, oh, I need to keep up with them because they seem cool. So I'm going to buy some of that kind of trendy clothes so I can keep up with it and be cool too and make myself feel better. So I had this closet lined of clothes that I didn't even wear and I didn't even really like to impress somebody that I really maybe even didn't even like. So I went through this process and it feels good to purchase that stuff at the time, like online shopping and like purchasing cute stuff and like, yeah, and then you get it in the mail and it feels good and makes you a little happy for like 5 seconds, right? And then that high just kind of slowly floats away and then you're back to where you started. So how do we deal with this? And also another thing I was thinking about, when you go into somebody's home, like, oh, look at their cool couch. Well, I should get a couch like that, or that cool car in their garage. Mine should be that way, or my yard should look like that. And then you go and try to keep up and do those things and get those things. And you're going to IKEA buying all this stuff when you're just filling a space to make yourself feel good for a short amount of time. And then you're back to where you started. So I think you understand what I'm saying. So we'll move on from here. Is how do we improve this? Now, one thing we could do is to not purchase the items and be happy with where we're at, and owning where we are at in our lives and understanding that external objects don't make us happy and they give us a high for literally 5 seconds and then that goes away and then we're out of money and out of the time it took to get that item and the time and money it takes to keep the item around and the mental clutter it maybe happens when this object is around and all this stuff is in your space. It makes clutter. So all these things happen by just purchasing these things that you were trying to purchase because you were comparing yourself thinking you should have it. So one thing is to not purchase it, but to also to remember that you are not defined by what you own. And a lot of the stuff I talk about is more just things to tell yourself and remind yourself, and that's something to remind yourself that this candle does not define me and I'm not any better or worse or whatever because of this little thing, and I just have it because I like it and I make use out of it and it makes me happy, and who cares if somebody doesn't like it, and who cares if the person next to me in the other apartment has a better candle. That's a very small object I'm talking about, but just reminding yourself that you aren't better or worse because of the objects you own, and they do not define you. And your bank account doesn't define you. Your house doesn't define you. Your car, your dog, all that stuff. At the end of the day, you are unique and amazing just how you are, and all of your goals and the things you desire and your inspirations and motivations and loves and the things of meaning are what really matter. So reminding yourself that when you're comparing yourself and thinking you should have that because they have that and you can be better, or I put that quote in quotes, you can be better or at a different level of status or whatever if you have that same thing, or to try to keep up, it doesn't quite work that way. And you'll discover at the end of the day that it's just a bunch of stuff. And comparing doesn't get you anywhere, or anybody anywhere. So that's all I have to say. And if you have any comments on this video, if you have any tips or anything for somebody about this topic about external possessions and things and comparing yourself to others with the physical objects, if you have anything that has helped you along the way with this, I would love to hear your comments, and so write those below, or share this video with somebody who is kind of going through that struggle with this kind of topic. I would love to have you to share it and welcome the opportunity to help other people grow. That's all for today, and I hope that you have a fantastic day, and remember that you're awesome and the best is always yet to come. It just is, and to keep stepping forward.